Welcome back. There's an all-new show on Disney Channel, also on Disney Plus. It's about a family of villains. It actually seems very heartwarming. I spoke with two of the stars of that series recently, James Patrick Stuart and Isabella Pappas, all about what you can expect to watch when you tune in. Let's take a look. They're just a normal, wholesome family of villains coming to Disney Channel and Disney Plus in a brand new series called The Villains of Valley View. And today I have the opportunity to speak with two of the stars who play father and daughter, James Patrick Stuart and Isabella Pappas. Thank you, both of you, for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Hi, Christine.
Isabella, let's start with you. Tell me more about The Villains of Valley View.
So the story starts off with my character Havoc standing up to the head of the League of Villains, which essentially gets our whole family kicked out and hunted down. So we're on the run and we're forced to relocate to a small sleepy town in Texas called Valley View, which is a real place, and the population is about 700 to 800 people. It's super small. And there they have to pretend to be normal when really, they go through the same issues as normal people, but they've got a lot more power and they've got a lot more anger, and it's really interesting to see how it plays out.
And James, tell me more about your character in The Villains of Valley View.
Well, I play Vic, but AKA Craniac, the head of the family, mastermind, criminal mastermind, brilliant, but also he has the energy of a golden retriever, and he's fascinated with life in Texas since they're forced to hide there. He builds this massive villain lair in the basement that has a secret entry behind the fridge because we have to hide from our landlady, Celia, played brilliantly by Patricia Belcher, who's the driest, most funny comedian. You know her from everything from Will and Grace.
She's in everything.
Yeah, everything. And it's the show is inherently funny. The special effects are the best I've ever seen in a sitcom. That's for sure.
Oh, for sure.
And it's one of those things where it's just like we just basically say, try one. Just try one. I dare you to try one because you're going to end up sticking around for some more.
And Isabella, your character has a very big moment at the beginning where you stand up to the head of the League of Villains. Tell me about that.
That was super fun to film. Well, I actually have gotten to do a lot of my own stunts on the show. And so I get to do a lot of, wire work and combat stuff. But that was one of the first ones I ever did. That was one of the first times. And it wasn't a big thing. I mean, it was falling backwards. But for me, that was when I realized I was like, you know what? I think I'm stronger than I think I am. And I think I can do more stunts on my own. And I want to get stronger and I want to be able to do stuff and be independent. And I think that's been a real confidence booster for me throughout this season is, getting stronger, being more confident, being more like the character and letting her rub off on me in a positive way.
James, you played a long-running role in General Hospital. How is this character similar or different to what you did there?
Very different. Craniac is lactose intolerant, whereas Valentine on General Hospital loves cheese. Other than that, I really couldn't tell you. No, I still play that character. I just only get to film him until 9 a.m. And General Hospital has been very accommodating. And luckily, the studios are very close together. But I don't get to do as much comedy over there, obviously. Chris and Brian, our show's creator and the creators and the head writers, write jokes on a level. And I've done a lot of sitcoms. I mean, these are laugh out loud jokes.
Really funny.
We spend a lot of time laughing on the set. So he's much funnier than the other guy. That's for sure.
Isabella, you mentioned how you get to do some of your own stunts, and I know when we watch this, it just looks like a lot of fun to play this role, but what are some things that people might be surprised about with playing this role, either challenges or something that you didn't expect when you took the role?
I think I didn't expect. Oh, okay, so I have a few things. I have one that's kind of funny, which is when you're in a supervillain suit, well, mine, I have to have 3 people help me get out of it to go to the bathroom. So that's awkward. But then I think something on more of a personal thing that I didn't expect was I didn't expect how much this character would help me as a person. I think that I was very much the kind of girl who was, I kind of got walked all over sometimes because I kind of just wanted to make everybody happy. I was a big people pleaser. And this role has taught me so much about how you don't have to be agreeable all the time to be a good person. And I think that that's something I really want young people to take away from this, and older people too. I mean, you can change at any point in your life. And it's like, I was like this for 19 years. And then I started playing this part and I'm like, you know what? I can stand up for myself too. And I think that that's something that people won't expect. But I hope that Amy rubs off on everybody a little bit in that way.
And James, you mentioned there's a lot of comedy in this role, but I want to point out that you and Isabella are father and daughter. What is that relationship like? How is that written, especially since within the show there's a lot of things that have to stay hidden?
Well, initially when we first meet, the dynamic of the family is such that, you know, they would take each other out of the knees for pure enjoyment, and because they're villains. When they're forced to go to Texas, it's because of an error this one made. So Vic initially has a chip on his shoulder that this child has put them in this position, but having to look out for each other to survive in this foreign land brings everybody closer together. And on top of the jokes and on top of the special effects, we learn how affectionate or whatever their version of that is. I mean, they're villains, so it's not outwardly so, but you learn how much they care about one another, which I think surprises them.
Mm.
And Isabella, this is premiering today. What are you excited to see the most?
Oh, I'm excited. Oh, I don't know. I mean, to be completely honest, there was a little girl at like a family event that I was at, just a family gathering, and she had watched the trailer and she came up to me and she said, I love Havoc. She's so strong. And I think that for me was like the biggest, happiest moment. That meant more than anything else. And I think just people being able to watch it and find some strength in themselves, I guess, is something I'm excited for. I think it's always cool, you know, when your audience reaches out to you. It would be really fun, you know, to see if I get any messages like that from, you know, young girls or young guys. And, you know, I just hope everybody loves it as much as we loved making it.
Yeah, we've been making it in a fishbowl. I mean, thanks
Yeah.
to COVID, where it's almost like Willy Wonka. It's like, what's he doing in there? What are you doing in there? And even my family, I mean, nobody knows. No, my wife and my children haven't been able to visit the set.
I know. My mom or my boyfriend, my dad, no one's come. And it's also so hard to explain the plot lines of a lot of the episodes to people because it doesn't really click until you've seen it, because it's things that you would never really, it would never happen in real normal life, you know.
But all of the departments have been firing on all cylinders. The special effects guys, the prop guys, the writing, everybody. I can't wait to see what the editors are coming up with in the music department, and so we're all going to watch it together, you know, as the cast and a crew, and you know, we're just really proud of it, and we're very, very excited that everybody's going to get a chance to see and hear what we've been doing.
And we are also looking forward to tuning in and watching it. You know, James, your humor, Isabella, your strength. I know that everyone's going to love it. The Villains of Valley View premieres on Friday, June 3rd, with back-to-back episodes, 8 p.m. on Disney Channel, and will be available on Disney Plus on June 22nd. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and can't wait to tune in.
It was great to meet you. Bye.